Hi everyone. In this video session, we will be talking about macros, its procedures and about its applications. Now to begin with, I must ask you to activate the developer tab which is present on my screen. It may so happen that if you have not used this before, it would not be there. So how to get it there? If you are using Excel version 2007, then let me illustrate these steps. That is, you must go to Office button, within which please go to Excel options. Now once you reach Excel options, within popular, you must access one option which says show developer tab in the ribbon. You must activate it once. It's a one-time effort. After having done so, let me press OK, and immediately you will notice the developer tab being present on the ribbon. The same steps have been mentioned out here for your reference along with the screenshot. And if you are using 2010 version of Excel, the steps are slightly different given the new interface. You'll have to go to File option, within which you must go to Options. Once you click on Options, you are going to get this Excel options. One of the conditions, one of the tabs says Customize ribbon. Now once you go to Customize ribbon, the next option says you must go to Main tabs, within which you must activate Developer tab. So both these steps are slightly different given the different software versions. And after having activated Developer, we'll be taking the help of these buttons out here. One is saying Record Macro, the other says Macros. So you can access all the macros that you have stored in that particular file. And let me illustrate that point using an example in Sheet 1. Now what are macros? We'll discuss, but before that I want to show you the demonstration, the application at a very basic level. Let's see. Now this is a file, and such kind of data I receive very often from different departments, which might talk about, let's say, between a 15-day period in 2009, month of March. I have details of different bonds being issued by different companies, different industries, the ratings, the US dollar amount, the amount of funds that's being raised, fixed rate, floating rate, and maturity date given along with the price of the bond. Again, this is a hypothetical data to be used for training only. Alright, now if I were to take a printout, of course I would want to first make sure the formatting is all correct, no separate colors to be used, all are in the same font size, no fill color. So what do? Typically, I would choose the data and start doing my steps with respect to formatting one at a time, right? Now what I want is, I want to automate these steps, and next time I get a similar data, I do not want to repeat those 7-8 series of steps. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to ask Excel to record all these steps that I will be doing right now. And next time, we'll ask Excel to repeat those steps on my behalf. What do I mean? Let me show it to you. Let me go to Developer. Before I do any actions, that is choosing the sheet and then applying the formatting techniques, let me say Record Macro. So each of the commands that I'll be performing will be recorded in the command line. It's not a video based recording, and nor is it a time based recording. It's an action based recording, command based recording. So I go to Record Macro, click on that. It tells me what is the name of the macro that you would want to save. Let's say macro 1, let it be. And if I'm storing the macro in this workbook, that means all the codings that will happen in the background will be stored in this workbook too. And if I share this workbook with anyone, they can also make use of the macros that I have recorded. So let me press OK. Please note the stop recording has activated, which means the recording is on. All the action, even choosing a typical cell, will be recorded. So let me choose the entire sheet. After which, let me go to Home. Within Home, let me access the font name and make sure I choose something which is consistent. Let's say Calibri. Rechoosing the font size so that everything is 10. Clicking bold on once and once again to unbold everything. Making sure the no fill is chosen, so no cell fill. And the color black, which is a standard one. And last but not the least, let me double click between the column heads so that it auto fits based on the size of the heading and content. Once these steps are done, let me go to developer and say stop recording. Now we will see, once I have explained this to Excel and asked it to record it, I can replicate the same series of steps in a single click of a button. Let me go to sheet 2. Something similar exists. So what do I do right now? Let me go to developer tab, in which my selection already exists. Let me go to the macros button, from where I can access and view all the macros that I've recorded in this particular file or any file that is open in the background. Let me click on macros. So it says the macro one that we recorded is available for running. So if I press run, let's see what happens. It happened so fast that our texts were formatted and the last auto fit of column width. Exactly what I wanted. I did not want to repeat these steps manually. So let's see if I can apply the similar thing in sheet 3. So again, I go to macros. I click on run. Precisely what I wanted. And you must be wondering, will the macros apply in the same sheet? No, it can be applied in a different sheet as well, different workbook as well. And the only thing is, I must keep the other file open as well. So the file which has the macros coding as well as the file in which the macro has to be run. So let me open a new file. So it's a new file that's there on my screen, and let me say Jan. I'm just giving some random details, and some of which I will be making sure they are of different font color or sizes, maybe different color as well. Alright, I have to make it consistent. Let me go to developer. Let me go to macros library. And you'll notice, since the other file in which the macros has been stored is open, I can borrow the macro and select it and say run. Exactly similar steps have been covered in this workbook as well. Now let me go back to our original file in which I had stored the macro. Now typically, once having worked on this file, I would want to store it, right? So let me click on the office button and let me say save. Oops. Once I try to save it, it says the following features cannot be saved in macro-free workbooks. What does this mean? Now in 2003 version of Excel, there was only one file extension, XLS. There was no distinction between macro-free workbooks and workbooks with macro. But for security reasons, in 2007 version of Excel and onwards, you will notice they have segregated the file extension. You will find XLSX, that's the normal workbook without the macros. If you want to save the macros, the work done, then you must save that in the XLSM workbooks, which means macro enabled workbooks. So it says, do you want to continue saving as a macro free workbook? Click yes, no. I would want to save the macros, since no. And immediately I get this dialog box. So on my desktop, I choose the option which says macro enabled workbook, Excel macro enabled workbook, and along with it I also get the extension. So you can save the workbook with macros either in Excel SM or in old 97-2003 format, either of these two. Let me stick to Excel SM. Let me save on the desktop. Saved. Of course, there are some codings that have happened in the background, and I would also want to see what's the coding there. At least a quick overview. So I go to macros. This time, now let me not run the macros. Let me click on edit button. Now once I click on edit button, what I get is a Microsoft Visual Basic window. And let me maximize the window. What I get is one option which says project, which means all the structure of the workbook is present and within which the macros is present in one of the modules. Alright, now let me enlarge the screen. What I notice is the starting is sub macro 1 and the ending is end sub. So basically it talks about a subroutine, not going to the technical words right now. But if we try to read the story, let's see what has happened. I had chosen the entire group of sheet, and with the selection what I had done was making sure it is Calibri. The size is 10, and I had not talked about any of these functionalities, but Excel by default has given them as a false parameter. What else did we do? we had clicked on bold twice, isn't it? And that's the reason I'm getting these 2 lines of code. And we had also made sure that the font color is as per our taste and no shading to be done. And lastly, we had made sure that auto fit of column is also present. So all the stories has been written where? In the Microsoft Visual Basics module, which is the background coding of macros, and that's the reason it is able to run the macros. I'll talk about more of these steps in the upcoming videos. For now, let me close this and keep on practicing the basic part, and we'll take it further in the next video.